Okay, so hopefully this phone stays put. This is my regular face waking up this morning. Today is payday, but for the first time in a long time, probably in years, girl, I am just gonna pretend like I am broke and focus on what I need. My boyfriend and his crew, something happened to my face, like I scratched it or something. I don't know if I scratched it with the salt scrub I use or what, but I'm like, I'm already broken out. Please, let's not add scratches to it, world. Still trying to use up this foundation. I think I am going to make a little bit of a to-do list. To-do list. I got to make that too. A to-do list and a want list. I get paid bi-weekly. No, I don't know. How can this conversation go? This conversation can go a whole lot of ways. A lot of people are just not honest about things, and it really gets on my nerves. They're not honest or they're not open, which is fine, but it's like, don't start the conversation unless you're going to be open and honest, girl. Because people want to know where your head is at. So where is my head at? First of all, I want to be productive. Second of all, I want to be on time to work. Woo, because that was a real struggle yesterday. I was late. Third of all, I never made New Year's resolutions this year. I know some people never make them. I don't like living like that. When I say not just New Year's resolutions, I never really made any goals for myself. Not even like savings goals, anything. So the year is like ticking by, and this is one of the last months, I would say August, September, October, where you can really save and get some things done and start thinking ahead for the holidays, like what you're going to do. We have also been traveling a lot, so I don't have another opportunity. Well, like, travel is always in our world. Let me just say that. I don't want to go on every trip, or to every place. I don't always have to pay. Normally I don't pay. But I like having my own money, and if I do want to pay, like, let's just say I want to stay in a different hotel or something, if it's like a work trip, then I want to be able to do what I want to do. Does that make sense? That's real life. People try to act like, oh, no, I don't do this, I don't do that. Girl, bye. You're not out here trying to make money just so you can do nothing with it. Or you're not trying to look like money just because you have so much of it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? There's always a limit to everything in life. And it's good with money, and I know that because I'm horrible at money. I can tell you that that's something that I really want to work on. If I went on a money journey, like a financial journey, oh my God, my life would turn around. But since I'm horrible at money, certain things that I do know, but it's really good to live below your means and set your own limits so that your lifestyle and your bills don't have to tell you no. Does that make sense? Like, lately I have been feeling like I have been like, I call it like this leaky drip. I think there's like a saying that a slow leak can sink you. Something like that. Let me know what you guys know about that. But it's really true. And sometimes let me just stay on spending. When it concerns spending, when you do it. When I know when I'm doing that, because it's like everywhere I go, I spend a little bit or I buy a little bit. And then at the end of the day, you spend $100 and you're like, but what did I even buy? Now it's different if you bought some groceries or some gas or something like that. But you don't even know what it went on. It's just like, golly. And if you do that every single day, that really does add up. Where if you are more conscious with your money, it also adds up. Like, I remember one time I had a conversation with myself. Girl, I had to have a real conversation and tell myself that I was not spending anything I set the number over $30 without having a conversation with myself about it. I know $30 is such a small number, but do you know how easy it is for me to spend $30? In my world, that's like a drink or a drink and a half, no food. That could be a pricey lunch. That could just be like some planner stuff. What else? Like not big things, but it's just like, and then don't get on to like if you're over the $30, like you're just gonna go into Home Goods and you're just gonna do it there. You know what I mean? And I say that because that really worked for me, and I saved money so fast because I noticed that all these little purchases were like eating me alive. And right now, lately, I have been letting my little childish self have free reign over, like, if it's $75 or less, I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, I got $75. I'll have $75 again. But then I thought, oh my God, if you save $75 10 times, that's $750, girl. You know what I mean? And just think about that over the course of the year or the years. I think it's also coming to my mind because I changed jobs, and thinking about like retirement accumulation and things like that is on my mind, and how you have to maximize your life. When I say that, you have to calculate up. When it's time for you to make any kind of moves, I don't know, there's not too many people that are going to go fund you. Does that make sense? So you got to be able to take care of yourself. I just got done watching this YouTube video about this girl. I've been watching her a lot lately. That's how I normally is. Her name is Geraldine Phan. I think it's like JerlynPhan, but Geraldine is her first name. And she just got laid off from her job. She's a young girl. She's living a pretty basic life like myself, and she's just sharing her day. And she does plan with me videos, she does budgeting videos and everything like that. This was before she even lost her job. I never watched her budgeting videos, so I don't know how much she makes, but I know she doesn't live a lavish lifestyle. You know what I mean? But what I like about it, I like people showing their basic life, and I like people who are not afraid to talk about money, because so many people are. That is the wrong thing. And I think it's like a cop-out. Does that make sense? It's like a cop-out for people really not to do better because they don't talk about it. And one thing I like about following like the debt-free communities on Instagram is where I normally follow them at, because that's like my social media of choice. If you just make up your mind to say, I'm going to consider my finances to be a journey. Like, I have a lot of student loan debt, like a mountain of it. I would tell anybody to think twice before they climb that mountain, unless they had like entrepreneurship on the brain one day. But by seeing people who do talk about their debt-free journey and their bills, it helps me to, like, especially just think about this. What I'm seeing is people, I've been watching or following the same people for like 2 and 3 years. And for them to be able to say that they paid off, $47,000, $100,000, $300,000, just by focusing on their finances and saying that I'm going to be debt free, just seeing them go out there and buy homes with a big cash down payment, it is sinking into my subconscious. Like, even though I may not be as disciplined as they are yet, I could definitely see that for myself. And that for me is always the main thing, is a vision. Like, a lot of times you hear me say, I just can't see myself doing blah, 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 blah. And that's really important to me, because if I can't visualize it, and that's biblical, without the vision people perish, that's the number one thing that can take you down in your life as an adult, is having a lack of vision for yourself, because you'll probably be willing to go along with anything, right? If you don't have a vision, a plan, then you just like riding on somebody's ship. So those thoughts, and I've had slight money conversations on this channel before. I saw this house, only one house in town that I liked so far. I was looking for a rental house with a pool, and it's for rent, but it's also for sale. The rent is high, but the mortgage is like the price of the house right now, because they keep dropping it, is $412,000. Okay. Now, to some people, that's a lot of money. To other people, that's no money. So keep that aside. But 20% down on that kind of house, I think it was like $83,000. $83,000. I would love to have $83,000 just to go put down on a house. That's not even retirement money. You know what I mean? That's just like, here is my $83,000, bank, take it, suck it, blah. That brings the house down to like a more reasonable price. Do you know though, and this is where maturity comes in. I've never wanted a house, and I still don't really want one. But because I like that one so much, and like people say, oh, you're throwing money on rent and stuff, I like the idea of getting a little bit more settled. Not saying that Houston is going to be my forever place. Not even saying that I'm going to get that home. But it has inspired me to think about it and what it takes to actually get there. And I say this, and I'm going to say it with tact. I used to feel bad for people who couldn't get what they want. Not even feel bad for them. I used to listen to them. But now I can't listen to them, whether it is getting into the size pants they want to get into, getting a home they want to get into, get a car they want to get into. Because if you really want something, you're going to really work for it. And if it's something outside of your normal, like an improvement to your life, like a life improvement, if you work for it, you earn it. In that earning, you change and you become the true possessor of it. That's when you have things and things don't have you. Does that make sense? Like, I could go out and get a lot of things right now, but if I do that, the things will have me and I won't have them, because I'm not ready for that. Does that, like, I'm not ready to be responsible for that. I'm not ready to maintain that. I haven't educated myself on it. And I consider that the reason why people don't have things is because they are mentally not ready to have them. They're not ready to earn them, to pay for them. And when I say pay for them, pay for it with their time, with their energy, with their knowledge. You cannot be a fool and accumulate a lot of wealth in this country. And that's even biblical. A fool and his money, right? But people overlook that, and they just sit up there and throw pity parties and say all the things they would do if they had, like my favorite Kanye song, wait till I get my money right. You know, that's a classic for me. Poor Kanye. Poor Kanye. But I say that because I got something on my face. I don't even know how I just dropped that down. I say that because I can see that in myself. It's all the little petty things that we get distracted by. And it's like, if we made a to want list or to buy list once a month or twice a month, how many things outside of our necessity will actually go on it? That's my train of thought. And if it's not on my to want list while I'm sitting in the quiet at my desk, why am I spending so much money on all this crap? Now, I know that we're going to need things. I'm looking for my hair stuff. And that's different. But I'm talking about all the extra. All, you know, everybody has their vices. Some people love their Starbucks. I love my juices. You know? So I can relate to it. Is it a need? Can I do it differently? Yes, I can absolutely do it differently. If I sat up there and took my time, and this is what I'm talking about too. I'm kind of thinking this process out to, not just for you guys, but for me, is that if I were to really take my time and commit to really juicing, not like here and there, but like I'm gonna take, let's just say 90 days, because you know they say 21 days to make it happen. 21 days is nothing, but let's just say I'm gonna take 90 days to really just learn about juicing. I'm going to learn recipes. I'm going to get a juicer that's in my budget. I'm going to seek out different things that I can do. I will become more knowledgeable on it and probably have more progress on it than if I just say, I'm going to try this or I'm going to dabble in this. And that's kind of where my mind is going lately. I don't know where my little hair gel is. I'm not going to put any heat on my hair today. And that is a problem because I know I'm trying not to wear a headband either. Gosh, I love myself. I love the organization that I function in. Something else I also want to work on. Yeah, I think I really want to make, no, I know I had this yesterday. I really want to make like 3-month goals. I really do. Because in 3 months, if you focus on things, you can turn a lot of things around. And this eyeliner today, it's just, it never has done this to me before, but it is really trying to leak and like smearing stuff. But the same thing with money. Like if I say, look, I think I want to have a good birthday or give some good gifts. I can't even hardly say that. Can you guys say that 3 times fast? Give some good gifts. Give some good gifts. Give some good gifts. If I know that I want to do that this holiday season, that does not just happen in December for me. Like, I would really like to buy my boyfriend a nice watch. I bought him a watch last year, and he loves it. He gets a lot of compliments on it. But I got the watch that I could afford at that time. Does that make sense? I didn't get, like, the watch that I really wanted to do. So, what am I thinking? In that spirit of just, like, what is it that I need? And what is it that I really want? That's how real budgets come into play. Like right now, like I know there's like probably like 2 to 4 high-end things that I would like. And then I know I place an order. I know I want those t-shirts from Zara. So let's just say that because I'm not getting any high-end things the next 2 weeks. If I do, y'all tell me to take that back, because girl, you cannot afford that without guilt, without it owning you, you know? And sometimes you have to be honest with yourself before you even get to the register. Like, I've got other goals, and I have seen people like younger than me transform when they're buying a home. Like, they bring their lunches, they cut out the lunchtime shopping, and they may even make less money than me, and then they get this beautiful home, and by the time they get the home that they didn't even think how they were going to get it, their spending habits have changed so much that they're able to do all the upgrades and make it how they want to make it. It's not like they get in the home by the skin of their chin. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? You know how some people just slide into it like, girl, yes, you got a little bit of coin and you got to put all your money together to make something happen, which is fine, but your mindset is not there. Like, and I'm saying this out loud because these are things that I wish that I would have stayed the course on. Like, I'm very smart. I think we all are very smart. We have access to so much information. And then for some reason, a lot of us make bad choices. You know, Brené Brown, if you guys watch me, you guys probably know who she is. She has made a living, a fortune, a career out of studying shade. I have only watched her a handful of times. I feel like I have conquered her message, but you do have to reconquer it every day. She has a special on Netflix, what have you. But it's so funny how she could stand up on stage and talk about shame for hours and hours and write books upon it and get these mass followings and change people's lives, making people think differently because she's studying this one thing that you can't even quantify. I think for me, I have a passion about that towards choices. You know, Everybody can always point the finger at another person and their choices and see the good and the bad in other people's choices. But when it concerns their own, it's a whole nother scenario. Or the fact that we have so much good information out there and we still make poor choices. Yesterday, I got that chicken teriyaki from the mall. I am paying for it because I've been juicing, and I didn't even have them put like a lot of sauce, and it wasn't even that much chicken. I probably had like a palm size worth, because remember I kept saying more vegetables. Girl, my feet are so freaking swollen. I'm like, oh no. So because I know now this is a new change for me, you know, my body is reacting differently to different things. I hate when people talk like that, but it's so true. Now I've got to make the choices to change. And I think juicing does that for your mind too, because when you put yourself on a regimented schedule, not just juicing anything, even if you're going to exercise sometime and stuff like that, like making that a regiment. Even if you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to focus on my career right now, I'm going to focus on my family right now. Other things kind of take a back seat. I think juicing really does help, because there's something about or like doing something for your physical body, saying that I'm going to take better care of my health, that really opens up your mind to unhealthy areas in your life. Does that make sense without being too new age? Whether, because I know a lot of people don't believe in a lot of different things, and they don't see how things are connected. But if you say, I'm going to focus on my health, because that's the only reason why I started juicing. my health is like, I don't like feeling like I'm going to faint or pass out or be dependent on big farm drugs for the rest of my life. Which reminds me, I got to go get some merengue and some turmeric. I got to research those. I think I might put that on my little weekend to-do list. In the spirit of getting paid and not going ham, you know, like really thinking about things, not treating every paycheck like it's Christmas. What am I thinking? I'm thinking that it allows me, even just when I say, oh man, this is something I really want to do, not just to focus on the things that I want and need, and I know it's going to take practice, okay? Children. There's a lot of children out there. There are a lot of children in the world that expect perfection the first time around. You don't perfect anything the first time around. I know that I'm going to set an intention. I can't even say a budget, because my mind is like, girl, please, if you tell me budget, I'm not going to want to do it. But if I say, okay, what do I really need versus what I really want, and I write that down, especially for 2 weeks. Come on, girl, we can do this. Like, do I really want to go out to eat for lunch and dinner for 14 days? Is that what I really want to do? Jeez. And I do that a lot. I have done that so much. Like yesterday I had lunch and dinner out. I think I've done that now for like the last 30 days or more. I can't remember the last time we cooked at home. I think it was a barbecue, like steak on the grill. But that's just my life, and you know, it doesn't have to be that way. It would be so much smarter, and I think that's what's inspired me to do that, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to look back and be like, I was looking at my favorite restaurant and I said, I have literally put, let me put some lipstick on. I have literally put 401k money in that restaurant. I am not lying to you. I have literally put, like, if I told you guys a number, you wouldn't believe me in the first place. Even if I try to think of a number, wouldn't it be funny if I called my bank and just wanted to know? I probably would be embarrassed and shocked. I probably would cry. To put that much money into a business as a customer. You know? It's something I like to do. My boyfriend's mom said that she believes that he's going to go into the restaurant business one day, restaurant or bar. And that's so funny, because I always tell him that I have a passion for restaurant and bar. Like, I just love it. But when you go to business school, like I did, the number one industry they tell you not to go into, the number one industry that you are likely to fail in if you are not a franchise, is a restaurant. We know people that own restaurants and bars. The problem with restaurants is every day you're literally throwing money in the trash because of the food. So that's why I wouldn't really want to do a full-on restaurant. I wanted to do a coffee shop for years. I even thought about just starting out with a coffee food truck. I don't know if I'm going to wear my hair down or if I'm going to put it half up, half down. Is this working for me today? This might be working for me today. I'm mad that I don't see the earrings for this, but now I digress because I kind of want to wrap this up. I want to own a business more than I want to own a home. I like the idea of a coffee shop because you don't have to be Starbucks to be a coffee shop, especially if you are around like a business park. People will go to that coffee shop just because it's on their way to work. It could be the most crap coffee, but because you're in a good location, you'll get customers. You guys know I have like this beach thing that I really want to do. Like, I would love to have a place where a business where I looked out at the ocean every day. So with me liking juices, I started thinking about doing juices and coffee in a beach location, focusing on the iced coffee and the fresh pressed juices. Problem with juicing is the amount of money. If you're doing organic and you're doing it fresh and not frozen, that can be a money pit. The good thing about those things is you don't need a lot of space. You can have a space as big as this bathroom and pitch some juices and coffees. But you still have to have money to start it up. You still need to have decent credit because you're going to need certain equipment. I took my boyfriend, he's a real entrepreneur, like seriously, to the juice place that I go to, and he was just breaking down the cost. Like, okay, they got like 4 juices in here, they got a grill in the back, they got the fruit in here, and he was just like pricing everything out and saying like you could probably get one. If you wanted to do it as a sole proprietorship, you may be able to start one for about $50,000, but you need to have that, liquid and constantly available too. So that's kind of interesting to know that things are possible when you change your mind. A lot of us are customers, and when we go to a business, we just spend our money. And that's me, But it sickens me to know how much joy it gives me to do certain things and that not be my industry. Like, if I feel so much pleasure doing these things, getting the relief, of my day-to-day life, why wouldn't I literally make that my business? But that takes a shift in a mindset. It takes not spending everything, and it takes buying less and focusing on what is it that I want. I am very inspired, and I'm going to cut this video short because it's going to cut off anyways. About 30 minutes, I think, is what my phone allows the upload to YouTube. I'm very inspired by the girl at my job, my previous job, 20-something-year-old girl, like 25, 26, who opened up her own nail salon, and we worked the same job. Like, I know how much it took for her, like a ballpark estimate. I know the number. It was about that. It was probably about that $80,000 mark to make it, happen. And it's possible. We sit here and we complain about how we don't want to be on somebody else's schedule. And girlfriend only takes appointments, and she don't have morning appointments. But we complain about how we don't want to be on somebody else's schedule, and then we don't do anything about it. And it's like, it can be done if you just focus for like 2 or 3 years. Like, I think she focused on it for about 2 years. She got sidetracked because she was going to buy a house, and then she got back onto it and just kept saving money. And I don't know, life gives you signs, and I feel like right now is my sign to steer my own ship or start steering my own ship, or I'm forever going to be on somebody else's. And is that what I really want? If that's what I want, that's fine. But if I don't want that, it's time for me to make some changes. I have rambled to you guys. I'm going to give you some pen and paper. I don't know what I'm going to wear. I lost the earrings, these bracelets somewhere in this apartment. It is Thursday, the 22nd of August. True diary entry. Let me know what you thought about this video. Any tips, any pointers, any suggestions? There's so much information out there. We just got to take advantage of it. I've got to take advantage of it. Just stop playing on the internet for fun. Learn something. Change something. And I'm telling that to myself, not to you guys. But to y'all too if it applies. Bye.